perhaps this match will be the case. Cloud9 on that CT side. Skadul with the classic smoke and diffuser. And they're playing a retake. This is very standard from Cloud9.
Let's see how Space Soldiers do in front of the home crowd. I went out there immediately to say hello to a few people. Really nice people here in Turkey. Great to see Blast bringing them a big event to enjoy. Calix has, I think, just deployed a grenade. Now we've got some flashes going into the site, and here comes the burst. Golden is soon to join Rush in that CT position, but how much do they commit to these engagements here? Trying to abuse the range, but the range is being closed towards jungle.
Yeah, playing that A retake as working out so far. Rush with the opening duel 1. Although a quick return from Calix as they try to push forwards to these Cloud9 players into that A bomb site. And Space Soldiers trying to just hold on to this positioning towards the events and towards the jungle positions to make it so that they can just shut down the CT aggression. But the CTs of Cloud9, they understand that, and they're just moving through CT spawn. They don't even care. They have a passage towards that bomb. We've got Flusher now opening onto Calix. But time is running out here. They need to get on top of the bomb. It's a 2v3 in favor of Space Soldiers.
Skadoodle was going for a smoke diffuser. Now it's at the turn of automatic, but he won't work out. Down to Flu, but he can't do it either. And that will be the first round for Space Soldiers. Desperate attempts to defuse the bomb, just couldn't get the frags. And again, when you see a retake from CT towards the A site, it's very important to have the player, if he has to go through the crawl space into the window jungle area, he has to go late. He has to rely on his teammates to run distraction, but that just did not happen enough for Cloud9, which made things really difficult on the retake.
Yeah, it's really cool too, because it looked like the crosshair placement, like the way the bomb was planted, looks very set up so that they absolutely know the spots you have to shoot into, where you have to place that crosshair, even if there's smoke down. So really nice to see that level of detail there from Space Soldiers. And we've got the force buy out here from Cloud9, which can always be scary. You can see a creep there from Rush around the side of the smoke, as Antares waits on the other side. Hello! Rush is going to find himself a quick frag and an upgrade.
Nice. Well then, how do Space Soldiers battle with adversity? Flusher moving through to B, Apps, and as you can see, Rush is in a very forward position as well. With a more dangerous gun, of course, he's got an MP7, so Space Soldiers don't have a lot of real estate at the moment. Cloud9 will know that some are in the mid position. The connector area has just been smoked off. And now they start to creep into the window. We'll have a look, but Engine, his eyes will be closed. They've got no idea where it's coming from. How does he get a second frag for free? Where's the sound cue?
Oh dear, there's only one player left. There's so many guns to be picked up. Paz lurking around the palace position. The bomb thoroughly lost. Thoroughly lost. What on earth does Paz do? He needs to get kills. He's got to get those kills. He's got 30 seconds essentially to do something. And he knows that a big thing working in his favor could be the element surprise, but well, that's likely gone at this point. Made a sound cue. First 1v1, and Rush nails it. Beautiful opener from Rush with the CZ.
Space Soldiers did 7 points of damage in that round.
Oh dear.
7 points of damage.
You know what that Flusher double scout kill reminded me of? It reminded me of when Fnatic played an overpass and had that triple boost, where Olafmeister was just like picking people off and no one knew where he was shooting them from, but just taking his time lining up those headshots.
I find it really bizarre that they seem to have no idea where he got shot from.
Yeah,
like the sound cue, they didn't realize who was behind him. I'm very surprised that I'm really confused by that, but here we are. Now they have to deal with it. The butcher buy from Space Soldiers. The 5 Deagles are looking for meat shots in this round. 3 players looking to engage in the mid position, but Cloud9 are not too concerned with that at the moment. A late peek from Skadoodle with a flash from a teammate over the roof of A, I believe. Golden is in connector as well. Flusher continues to be a problem with that scout.
Yeah, and that's a lot of fun. Scouts on Mirage, always a good time. Well, not always. If you're connecting the shots, it's fun. Lots of engagements for you to have. And Golden watching over the connected position. There's not really anywhere for Space Soldiers to build around from. You need these forward positions, if you're the T side, to create a passage to one of the bomb sites, of course, or to create a setup, so you can split into a bomb site or something like that. But so far, Cloud9 are denying any forward positioning towards middle. And as time runs out and the grenades start to dissipate, you know, there's really nothing that Space Soldiers is going to be able to accomplish. Because Cloud9 are playing a fine balance. Let's not give easy shots to the Deagles, but also let's not give them positioning.
4 Deagles remain. There has been no mileage for these Desert Eagles so far. No extra or surprise map control or anything like that. No good position, really, for Space Soldiers. Xantares hoping for a peek from the window position. And the rest of them will have a gauntlet run. Golden and Skadoodle. Now you wonder about the positions of these players, because as Space Soldiers run to the site to get a bomb plant, maybe there's a kill for Xantares through connector. However, Automatic is in a short position as well, but he's just moved away as Xantares moves up, and there is the kill for him. Can he get a second one? He can't, and that is the rest of the players taken out. Only one player lost for Cloud9. And oh no, they've lost an AK!
Sad times.
Oh dear.
Oh well, never mind. Worst things happen at sea. Sure you know all about that, James.
I know much about bad things happening at sea.
Like
now.
puking in your respirator. When
Like
you're
puking under the sea, above the sea, being defiled by mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Among other things.
All right, we can go back to that list after this round. We've got the pistols out for Space Soldiers. And perhaps we'll see a faster one now. I don't expect that they'll put as much stock in trying to get damage done with the pistols when there's only one Deagle in play this time. And so far, this has been a phenomenally good start for Cloud9 so far. Except that, you know, the missing the AK there. But beyond that, it's been very, very good.
I just uploaded a video of Olaf Meister getting a headshot through a smoke just like this. Check it out on the YouTubes. Not while the match is on, of course.
Of course.
But of course. Once again, mid abandoned by the CT side. They do not need to fight to the death in that situation, but he must be aware of a potential boost. Golden looking passively through jungle, perhaps in case of a boost. But soon we may see... Oh, nice, double grenades in case there was a boost. I like the timing there from Cloud9, and it shows that they've been in the lab, and of course they need to have been with all these roster changes for the Cloud9 side. Change of identity as well.
I love that Skadoodle just didn't just repeat that thing. Oh, I've got the rifle, I can win this fight. And he just waits for a better timing, and it's worked out perfectly. He still gets the 3K, but in a much safer way. And that is really cool to see. Good discipline there from Cloud9 in that round. Sometimes you underestimate those rounds. You know, there's a couple PT50s, you know, what's the worst that could happen? 2 players are dead, and all of a sudden it gets very awkward very quickly, and no one's very happy. But you can see Skadoodle spots the players, he falls back, he just holds, lets his teammates communicate a little bit, and he finishes everybody off. Beautiful stuff from Cloud9, but now the AKs have come out for Space Soldiers. Now we get some Counter-Strike, James.
Yes, we do, and Cloud9 are keeping the money together, and there is plenty of money. Haven't seen so many kills from the T's so far. Xantares lucky to get away with that, but how long will he last? Not very long. Exploded by Golden, and Skadoodle's there for the second frag. Big problems early for Space Soldiers, but maybe they can fight back on the A side.
Yeah, some great entries coming in here, but Golden will strike back indeed. Calix now looking for something more forward, but out of the smoke, Golden goes once again, finds himself one more as Major starts to work, but he must work alone, and there's not too much he can do from that position as he falls back, but he's soon to meet Automatic in T-spawn, and Automatic will hear. Ooh, maybe he won't hear. Maybe it'll be Major instead. A minute plus to play with, and Major has the bomb and a 1v2, and he's got HP.
Over a minute on the clock for Major, but he needs to stop running now because Skadoodle's moving up mid. Actually, Skadoodle stopped now. If Skadoodle was top mid, he would have heard Major moving in T-spawn. He didn't hear him, so the information is not there. He does have a 1 versus 2 opportunity, however, he's moving towards the A site. If you look at Flusher's angle, he's not actually looking at Palace. He's looking for somebody to cross towards Triple. So this is cool because if the bomb's planted on A, they should hear it from there. And if Major doesn't cross, Flusher should know that where he could be and where he definitely isn't. So that's very important, but there is the angle paying off for Flusher. It was an information play, but he will punish if given the opportunity.
Yeah, that was really nice. I don't think Flusher's had to buy a weapon for himself. Maybe just for other people at this point. You know, he had that scout for a while, picked up an AK eventually. He is loving life right now. This is looking to be a very scary start for Cloud9, or rather for Space Soldiers, I should say. Cloud9 are looking scary. And get the Deagles out once again now for Space Soldiers, trying to keep the economy of Cloud9 in check. So far, it is starting to get really out of control. So they need some kills this round to make things easier for themselves in the rounds to come. And got some grenades here for this A bomb site. Let's see if it's going to pay off.
Golden completely messed up his smoke. in that mid position, which went way too wide and didn't cover the entrance, but there's no one in mid anyway. 4 players looking to breach the A bomb site here for Space Soldiers. Rush in the shadow position, Golden moving towards the bench area. Normally you have a Molotov there to stop a CT holding that position, but Space Soldiers have thought better of it. They've used all their utility and they've lost a player, and now they're moving away from the A bomb site for the time being. They've left the bomb in the spawn, so it can be rotated. So I guess they're trying to catch a CT out of position or try to get some info as they may be expectant of a stack towards A, and they wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, it's very strange though, because you know you've not really got anything to play with anyway. So, and they're back in mid. So what is the plan to get into a bomb site from here? You basically have the same problem as you did earlier in the round. Just now you have no utility to use. We'll see though if they can make it work. Engine does find himself in a forward position. Oh my goodness, trying to creep up through connector. And now all the alarm bells are ringing here for the CT side of Cloud9 as Rush darts backwards and forwards, picks up the kills as he needs to. And no damage has been done, and Cloud9 is aflame.
They are on fire. 5 rounds in a row for Cloud9, which means max loss bonus for Space Soldiers, the North American squad. Silencing the Space Soldiers crowd. You can see the Turkish commentators trying to give their team some extra energy. Exactly. And indeed, Space Soldiers are on the full buy once again. Major on the AWP. Can they have a difference in fortune? Can they take it to Cloud9? It's been a failure so far. Flutch has got $12,500. So that is not a good sign of how the T's are doing.
Ooh, lots of players out mid there. That's going to work out. Skadoodle is going to take it to the chest from Calix as the Space Soldiers players will push quite quickly into forward positions. The 5v4 is always nice, but Xantares against Rush. This 1v1 has been won by Rush quite frequently so far, and as a defense there on connector, perhaps Xantares really needs to get going now to try to make things better for his team, but doesn't expect Rush to be there again. And now it's a 3v3 with Flusher on the B push, and that could be the last nail in the coffin for this round, perhaps, as he is on the flank, the unknown flank.
Major top mid, Flusher bottom mid. Who would a timing surf? Oh, there's a reasonable chance that Flusher might have seen Major there. I don't know, but he's going back towards B, so perhaps not. That was a close one. I was convinced. I think maybe the barrel at least was visible, but probably didn't come up on the radar. Smoke into Palace, and that's going to be a problem for Paz. Major now rotating to T-spawn to collect the bomb. And Engine's found its way into CT spawn. Automatic looking towards connector. So the timing may just work out. However, Rush is going to have an angle on Major. Oh no, he's going towards Palace, but is he going to walk the whole way with 35 seconds left, I wonder?
This is getting really weird. But it does look like Cloud9 are expecting these positions. The automatic knows what's open. Looking towards that CT spawn, and he picks off Engine. Beautiful shot from him. Good work. Crouching through. Then he's got cover as he falls back, and Rush as well to play off of. And oh my god, what on earth was that Rush? That will take him down as it goes into a 1v2 for Major. Not much time left on the clock. 10 seconds to get the frags or to make something happen here. 7 seconds. All the CTs need to do is hide at that point, but they get the frag. Rush with another incredible round. A 3K from him. He is playing out of his mind. 12-2 on the scoreboard.
The awareness from Automatic is fantastic. Engine 007, that's not great to see, especially in front of the home crowd. But again, as time ticks, the bomb, I wondered if it was going to head towards the ramp because Rush was there in a 1 versus 1, and he has the angle. You have to favor him in that situation. But then I think they played a 1 versus 1 where Rush popped out afterwards, and it just all fell to pieces for Space Soldiers. That was the opportunity for them, but no, Cloud9 still on fire. Space Soldiers still at max loss bonus. They can spend a little more money in this particular round. It is a timeout at the moment for Space Soldiers. They are discussing things. They can spend a little more money and still get a full buy in the next round. Try to keep the money honest for Cloud9, and they most certainly need to because Flush is on 13K. Rush is just shy of 5 figures himself. So there are plenty of issues here for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, it's looking quite bad, isn't it? It's been fun to see, Rush playing so well, though. He's a player that I've always enjoyed watching. Got some great mechanics and great game sense as well. But enough about that. Not much nades in the way of nades here for Space Soldiers, but they'll use what little they have to take control of middle in a quick fashion. The bomb is down towards the A bomb side as well, so towards that T slope. So one would presume that they'll go for this split onto the A site with the limited grenades they have.
Oh, the full force buy from Space Soldiers.
Ooh, nice double nades again. Cloud9.
Yeah, so they haven't gone for that buy between the buy. They've just gone for the, we can squeeze up 4 AKs, let's go for it. Let's battle with the guns, but what do they have at this point? 1 minute 10 on the clock, 2 players lurking towards A, which generally means an A play. The bomb is there as well, but Xantares now rotating it away from A. There are 2 players in B apps at the moment, so maybe a change in approach from Space Soldiers. Calyx behind the boxes, top mid. Automatic still on the short position. Flusher starting to move towards the balcony. We can see Automatic has been boosted as well, so he could catch a player off guard, but there's no player to catch.
Yeah, and Space Soldiers, they'll be leading. Oh no, waiting for the HE in the right timing. Maybe we'll have to see if it collides with someone. Oh, it's pretty good. More damage done here to these T players on the way into that B bomb site. Desperation play as Xantares will explode. Flusher with that AK-47 of his. There's more damage is dealt, and Space Soldiers start to swing control back into their hands of this B bomb site. However, the bomb is down. There's no time, and this is just getting out of hand. Cloud9 are still just loving life. What a beautiful series of frags from them.
Yeah, I'm surprised Space Soldiers didn't get more mileage out of that. You saw Cloud9 fumbling some grenades on the B bomb site. Sometimes on the CT side, you see a smoke grenade go on the floor towards the van, which allows the CTs to go through the door of market easier because it gives them some extra cover. But even that, I think, was attempted, but it's kind of half on the site, half off the site. But still, Cloud9 prevail. You saw the crowd getting excited for a while there, but it didn't last very long. And now we do see the buy between the buy from Space Soldiers. The CZ's looking for a fast play towards the B bomb site. We've got a smoke on shore, a smoke on the site as well, but the Molotov will deter them from continuing further. So again, now they're just left with flashbangs while Flusher takes position on the balcony.
It's a very tough life for Space Soldiers. They'll go for the burst onto the B bomb site. Nice crossfire set up though. Flusher wants some action just straight in there, in the open. And Automatic will have to take 1v1, so that's not actually worked out too well, that big peek from Flusher, but still, it will all be cleaned up, it seems. They just stuck in the apartments with almost nowhere to go. And the CTs know exactly where he can be. They've covered every exit, and he will be taken out. Cloud9 continue to be dominant, and 8-1 is now the score in favor of them.
Still not too late for Space Soldiers to turn things around. Again, they've got the money. They can still finish this half with 7 rounds for the time being. Never too late. We know they're a good team. They haven't been in action so much in the last 3 months. Of course, playing the major with 4 of their 5 players as well can't have helped. But here they are. They're here. They're home. Counter-Strike is in their home nation. Now we've got that Molotov towards that bench position, and they start to charge in. Skadoo will take it down on a play towards the Palace. 3 huge frags from Paz, and this might just be the second round for Space Soldiers.
Big man Paz, the trio of kills. They should be able to close it down easily, but Cloud9 can try to contest if they want to. They've got loads of cash in the bank, I believe, and so some damage would be very cool to see. And there's some damage. Xantares going down. And what else can Automatic do here? You can see he's still wanting more, as is his teammate Flusher on the short position. But here comes the bounty hunters, looking for that sweet bounty. Calyx resting up towards the kitchen in the B apartments. So it looks like they may survive here, these 2 Cloud9 players with those rifles of theirs. But this approach, James, it's not something you can really rely on for Space Soldiers. They just did a quick burst on the Palace. It's not something you can repeatedly do.
The timing was perfect as well, because Skadoo was close range to the AWP, unable to get into position, unable to retreat. Close range AWP, when you've got Trade Fragger as well, is perfect. Looking towards the ramp, and as you can see, just no one was ready. So indeed, that was divine intervention, perhaps. But will it work again? Still plenty of money for the CTs. Even after this buy, they've got another buy in the hole for the most part. So Space Soldiers have much to do if they want to make life easier for themselves as they close out this half.
Absolutely, and it'll be Automatic rushing up mid here for Cloud9 to mix things up. He's got some support as well. Skadoo is behind him, and that's some good damage done. He'll get traded out. Oh, Rush once again. He's a menace. Might get himself 2 here. That is a big stop at the pit position. The T's will not be able to coordinate themselves together towards that A bomb site. They have been fully taken down towards those positions. Engine is all he can do to get a fadeaway frag, and it is a 2 versus 3, but they don't have much health left.
2 CTs moving up top mid. They've got angles on the entrance to B. Major might not even be peeking this. Ooh, the shot was taken, but maybe no connection there. Major taken down on a second attempt, and now Engine has to face with the bomb, and it turns into a bait setup, and Cloud9 crush it. That massive grey reset button has been smashed, and there's no game save for Space Soldiers. They are, well, actually, they have money, never mind. Could be a hell of a lot worse of a situation for Space Soldiers. But it was really interesting on the ramp as well. Rush saw one player pass, and he kind of wanted to see what else would come out of that smoke. But, of course, it was high risk for his teammates. We had to turn around and take that player out. So, Space Soldiers, they've been reset, but there is money for a buy.
It's been quite worrisome how difficult it has been for Space Soldiers to actually enter towards the A-bomb site without taking heavy losses. It seems almost every time that Rush is able to do just a lot of damage. We can see him now just enjoying a 15 kills and 5 deaths. He's often getting value out of that pit position, and all of that also contributes, because if you want to have a successful attack onto the A site with the split, you have to get those 3 choke points, that 3-point attack really hitting at the same time. And Cloud9 have been very good at sort of staggering that push and making it very easy to know where to place their crosshairs. And Space Soldiers, we need to see a bit more from them in that sense. And they're going to go for it again towards this A-bomb site, but there's a 2-man setup close.
In go the grenades. Plenty of players from Ramp and Palace. We've got 2 players, one above and one below the shadow area. Golden dropping down now, and with that smoke, Rush can move back to the site. It's a really interesting one. Holding the T's behind the choke point for the time being, avoiding the Molotov in shadow as well. Last seen by default, moving back towards shadow position, completely blind for the time being, eating another one, but he's still alive. And they've bought loads of time for the CTs to rotate towards CT of A. Bomb on the floor as well, and now he continues to be Newton. Now he's a bait. The Molotovs have gone for the T side. Just the grenades here. Still alive is Rush as the cavalry comes in. Their men on the horses cleaning out. Only 1 frag in that round for Space Soldiers.
How does Rush live for so long? He still gets 3. That was a beautiful, I loved the back and forth between Rush and Golden in his close positions, trading spots. That forward smoke really protected them a lot as well, and they worked around it beautifully. And it's just crazy to see, the ability to have so much maneuverability when you have those close-range defenders. That definitely signals that Space Soldiers, their inability to punish those players playing those close setups, and that does not bode well. They're going to go for a quick burst onto the B-bomb side here with very little. And Cloud9 seem very ready for this. They're playing a retake, which is really smart, because in this round you might expect that B rush timing to be a bit more deadly than an A rush timing, because you can always just retake A with an A's. It's easy. B, not so much. It can get out of hand. So Cloud9 playing it safe. Golden going for information on middle as well to confirm things. It's a great look for Cloud9.
We've got a bait set up on the B-bomb site. Flusher, shoulder peeking, jiggle peeking, showing a bit of elbow, but nobody will see him soon as Calyx and Paz are going through the underpass position. Engine waiting top mid. 3 players towards the B-bomb site for Cloud9, with Skidoodle and Rush playing from CT of A. Playing the waiting game as well. They've been patient, although, as I say, that Flusher's going deeper into B. Now, he's playing an elevated position. Golden slowly walking so as not to give a sound cue away. So I think Golden will replenish the smoke. In the meantime, that boost finally paying off for Automatic. We've seen it before. That's the bomb spotted as well. So does that mean an A play here? In the meantime, Major's picked off Automatic on short B, and Flusher's in the underpass. What's going on, Dan?
Flusher's going deeper underground, James, like that Jamiroquai song as he emerges. There's an easy one for him. That's the bomb spotted as well. Can fall back. Another player will offer himself up. Flusher will happily receive the headshot. And Major now to make the challenge. But Flusher, he's done enough. Major's in the 1v3. In comes Golden. And he's going to catch a lot of damage until finally that is the end. 11 rounds now for Cloud9. 2 for Space Soldiers. They can, well, they actually can't go for the buy just yet. Their money still sucks, unfortunately for them. They have not shown up here on this T side. It's been very difficult for them.
Yes, it has been nigh on impossible for them. I really want to have a closer look later on at that CT round from Rush and Golden on the A site. That was quite interesting to watch, but Space Soldiers, rather than forcing it up and trying to win 2 rounds, they will have an eco round with a lot of Desert Eagles and focus their energies on the round to come what may in this one. No grenades, some jiggle peeking. Skidoodle will hit that shot most of the time. And now mid is with the T's, but this is not the first time, and they have not really got much further than this. So what do you expect to see this time? Flusher holding an off angle. Can always have automatic throw a pop flash for him, should he require one. In the meantime, Paz has vision. Never mind, he's dead.
Yeah, not too much to do, it seems. Cloud9 wondering who gets the eco frags this round. Who gets the stats? Who needs it the most? Who wants to pump up that HLTV rating, James? Maybe it's Flusher.
I need to do that.
Let's move it forwards. Hello. Goodbye. There's a slow bleed here for Space Soldiers, but bleed they will. And for Xantares will make them bleed as well. He's okay, managing to make things a little bit complicated. But unfortunately, the bomb is now lost. Calix has offered it up, and now Xantares has to. He's got to go in quite an exposed position to pick that one up, and he won't be able to do it. 12 rounds for Cloud9 and 2 for Space Soldiers.
Last round of the first half, and indeed Space Soldiers now got the big guns out, the AKs are out. Can they get a much needed third round on the board? As bad as that would look, 3-12, if they can win the pistol, of course it's a lot of rounds to win, but it is doable. And there is some, not much, but some margin for error as long as they win the pistol. We are asking a lot, however. 1 round at a time. Russian Golden playing close A on this occasion. Very aggressive, actually. And there are 2 players here, so there could be an early advantage. Ooh, they're playing a bait setup, I think. Golden ahead of the smoke, but let's see if this will pay off for him. Xantares has the AK and a headshot.
Yeah, finally getting that pick off there. Rush still alive, though. He's been the danger man on that A bomb site. Bomb rotating towards B apartments. Something for us to think about now is Space will just keep a lot of players towards A. Now, is the plan to go back towards B with that bomb, or is he just covering the extremity? Because it is a good position to catch anyone moving, but right now, Space Soldiers, are they going to go for a fake? Okay, the bomb is moving back towards A then after all. Okay, so 50 seconds to go. Nades will start to fly in as these forward CT smokes go away, and that 2-man close setup is replenished for Cloud9.
Smoking soon to go. They see each other on the radar, but Calix will prove victorious. 4-on-2 on the A bomb side, maybe a 5-on-2 in fact, and there is the trade for the T's, and now there isn't much to do. Automatic with a big job. He's got 2 kills out of it though. He's made it doable for Skadoodle. He missed a few shots in the previous round. Can he land them this time? If he goes towards the bench position and Major stands up, he should see Major in most positions. Oh, he sees him in the gap, but Major won't stop moving. He's gone to the left. There's a flash for Skadoodle. Trying to find out where the other player is as well. He needs to avoid getting traded. Major goes out in a 1 versus 1. Why did he do that? Now Xantares. Where is he? There he is. It was close, but who knows? Now, the alternative is Xantares engages first, then Major pops out. It's a guaranteed 2 versus 1, but anyway. 3-12, Space Soldiers get that much-needed round, and now they must win the pistol.
Yeah, so much tension, so much pressure, though, to do so. As you mentioned, if they don't do it, then it's probably game over. And that might be one of the only times Xantares won a 1v1 towards the pit position when Cloud9 were playing these close setups. I don't know how much preparation Cloud9 have done for this matchup, but those 2-man A setups were working really well for them. We saw it come out time and time again as huge in defending those A pushes against Space Soldiers. But now we move into the second half, and Space Soldiers get a chance at that CT side. You can hear the crowd roaring in support for them.
That's much better. The first one was polite applause, but this one was definitely, come on boys, you can do this. Major with some light harassment in the mid position, and it will force the T's away for the time being. And it seems that Cloud9 have a focus towards the B bomb site. Skadoodle holding a smoke. Is it for the window? I haven't learned the lineups with this new tower, so I want to say it's for the window, but it could be for the short position. We will soon find out either way. Paz is moving back, so it's going to be retake on the B bomb site here, and it is a smoke for the window. Xantares close to the door, but he can't win the duel versus the CZ.
Okay, that's the problem, isn't it? Space Soldiers have to burst through the choke points now. The worst has happened. Lost that B bomb site. It's hard to retake. Rush will actually go down, though. That does give them a chance on the way in. Automatic plays around the smoke. The CTs will also know about it, but here comes Golden popping out. Great setup coming in from the Cloud9 players, and it doesn't seem like there's much to do here. Space Soldiers will lose the pistol round on the second half, and they are in a horrible spot now.
Cloud9 are a team who often have good pistol rounds on Mirage. I made a video of a CT setup they had with a pop flash where Tarek would be on the balcony position. And we saw a nice one from there. Rush was actually dropped the CZ, presumably by Skadoodle. So the whole thing was very deliberate. Smoke off the window position, then have a player with armor and a CZ to hold down the door area. Very advantageous to just strafe quickly and just spam somebody in the chest or the head. So that worked swimmingly for Cloud9, and now they're in a very strong position to close out this map of Mirage.
Yes, Mirage looking like it is in the grasp of Cloud9. 1 kill on the board. Where will the second one come here for Cloud9? They've slowed the pace right down, of course. Sasha will continue to clear some of the more tricky corners with the UMP of his. And Space Soldiers try to find something here. Xantares goes for something, but Cloud9, they were ready for that.
5 on 3 now. So many targets for Calix. He'll get one at the very least, and he's still alive with 6 HP. He can still get frags later on. Paz starting to creep now. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Oh, what the hell's that? The box on the floor for the time being, down to a 2-on-2, and maybe there's life in Space Soldiers yet. What the hell is going on there?
Oh my goodness, Calix! What a masterstroke. That first Eagle shot was so utterly labored, but he manages to clean it up, and that finesse with the Deagle comes in through the following kills, and that is a shocker and a half.
Where did all of that come from? Look how Calix starts the round. We said he was still alive. The 2 Deags from Paz, and then of course Calix with 6 HP to finish off with more Deagle shots, meat shots in the face, baby. Who needs assault bay when you got those meat shots? Oh!
That's certainly a crowd pleaser, isn't it? One way to get him cheering. Ooh. When you're in Cloud9's camp, you just have to hold your hands up and be like, well, that just happened. There's nothing we can do about that. It's kind of okay to lose rounds like that sometimes. You know, it's not like through a massive mistake. It's through an incredible performance from the opponents. Major on the triple stack. He will be against many players. Good grenades coming in here from Cloud9, and they'll be doing a lot of damage. Can't quite find the finishing shot onto Golden, and now Major spinning around. They've lost the A bomb site. It's a 5v3 in favor of Cloud9. It might just get worse here. Automatic does a lot of damage to Paz.
This is a reset. They just cannot survive. 4 versus 3 in favor of Cloud9 at the moment. 9-round lead for Space Soldiers. Could be disappearing, sorry. 9-round lead for Cloud9. It looks pretty good, or maybe Space Soldiers can still do this. Xantares has a kit, and now Flusher is alone. It's hit home with a D, but he will get denied. 3 players surviving for Space Soldiers. A war of attrition, but they come out on top, moving towards round number 5 now, and they will reduce the deficit to 8.
Yeah, I think, you know, that Deagle round, I think it must have shocked in some confidence and some. It was definitely a booster for the players of Space Soldiers, and this is a nice way to come back into the round. It looked quite grim. Xantares, need to see some Xantares activation here. Maybe that's one of the rounds in which we're going to start seeing it coming in as we move forwards now, and Cloud9 are on the full save, and we'll have 3 HEs from them. I
just noticed Engine's having a shocker of a game. He's 2 for 16.
Yeah, been tough. Oh, there's a nice triple A. Doesn't quite connect to a kill, but Xantares has been nicely softened up like a steak. Actually, don't know how to cook steak, really, so I don't know if you're supposed to do that. But I know you have special mallets to do such things.
Anyway, Dan, there are 2 mallets. Oh, never mind. Nothing more about mallets.
The mallets will be applied, James. The mallets will be applied, and that is a nice cleanup there from the Space Soldiers. And we'll see now whether or not they can continue their streak. And they've given themselves a buffer of 2 rounds. That's a lot. Considering how bad it could have been moving into the beginning of the second half, that's actually kind of as comfortable as it could be in the best case scenario.
Yeah, they can suffer a loss and still continue a comeback. That is a thing, and it's important. Again, that these are things which you can take for granted as if you're at home. Anyway, Major with the biggest flashbang of all time being deployed. And in the meantime, Golden is wrecking house on the A site, looking for something towards short. Won't find it. Major has to hold here. He has to stay alive at the very least. And there's still harassment towards B. How can they even make a call as to where to go? They're rotating towards the B bomb site. Only 3 players left now for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, and right now the bonus just a minute can go anywhere. This is a really strong round set up by Cloud9. Golden just running into the A bomb site by himself, winning the 1v1s, and that is looking quite good for for Space Soldier. Cloud9 at this point, they got the bomb down. The post plant setup is there. Golden hears the running. He's going to go for the chase, but Paz is still there. I think they count for Paz.
3 versus 2 now. Space Soldiers kits on all the players. They've got smokes as well, but Scudillo's got an AK-47, and Major's got no head anymore. Paz with an AK as well. Paz and Calix rush with the slow flank. Hasn't made a sound yet. Now they know where he is, but that bomb is really far. I think the double peek is perfect from Space Soldiers, but there's one more to find. Who's the bomb planted for? There's a smoke down on the side. Paz taking one for the team. Calix attempts to there, but no! He will be denied. It is the round for Cloud9.
Very calm stuff from Rush there in the end to close it for Cloud9. He has really stepped up for his team in this matchup so far. But speaking of stepping up, Golden in that round, just running into the A bomb site, just taking heads. Very scary stuff indeed for Space Soldiers. And we said that they could make a mistake, but the room for error now has been diminished. That was perhaps their one lifeline, really. And the buy will come in. Double orbs here for Space Soldiers. Will this be the difference maker for them?
Now we are getting into last chance saloon territory. No more rounds can be lost here for Space Soldiers. Double AWPs, the big guns being drawn out, and nothing to lose at this point. Apart from the match, of course. Flusher harassing towards B. That's his fire you could hear. Automatic deploying some grenades towards the A bomb site. Calix seeing something. He's messed up the smoke grenade though. That will compromise his position twice over. He can't even move towards short. Well, even if he does, he can't see anything because he smoked himself off.
Forward positions here now being gained by Cloud9. Golden in that connector area. Automatic. Potential 1v1 in store against Engine. Towards Pierce. Antares finds this other headshot. Very nicely done. The second player is in store, perhaps. And Santos goes for the peak. Doesn't need to commit to the frag, though. A 5v3 now for Space Soldiers on this defense. They are holding well. Cloud9 are in desperation mode. They need to find some way to open this up, and they're going to push up short. Great angle for Pasto. Spray comes in. It looks fantastic.
Flusher alone now, no bomb for him. It's a question of damage, and there's no money in the bank for Cloud9 at this point, so very interesting. Do Space Soldiers just leave him there? Force him into the choke points. Calix was holding an angle, but you don't want to lose the AWP. And now he'll be initially engaged. A double peek afterwards for Space Soldiers. That's the kind of setup we need to see. Good focus from the side. Half the score of their opponent, but their opponent has no money. They can still do this.
I was just thinking, like, they absolutely can still do this. They need to exhaust the playbook of Cloud9, and they've got to make some good reads as to exactly the ways Cloud9 are going to want to play from a pace perspective. You have to be ready for when Golden decides, or anybody from this team decides to pick up an AK and just run out of pit, or whatever it might be, or run out of B apartments. You have to be ready for that. It's lost them that one round previously. And it will be a quick burst to the B site here for Cloud9. There is a close range Deagle. Could be problematic, but Paz is confident and takes it down.
Marvelous stuff from him.
Marvelous.
Engine towards the A sites at the moment. Well, Major's near connector. Now we see the boost coming in, and Xantares is crawling through the crawl space and is looking for it. It's an awkward fight though. The tees are up already, and the crowd are making some noise. There we go, some cheers for Space Soldiers. 2 players left, now it's just Rush, and he'll be taken out as well. So here we go. It's a football-esque Turkish crowd here.
Yes. Yes, indeed. For them, it is a delight, James. See Space Soldiers getting back in this one. Turkish fans known to be very animated. And it's good to see them getting behind Space Soldiers here at the Blast Pro Series in Istanbul. Quick burst in store, Calyx to receive it, perhaps with the AWP. Although there's no grenade support, and this is effectively a channel of death, which does not really seem all that attractive. I would not want to walk through a channel of death, James.
It's good to know that. 5 Glocks for Cloud9. Now there are 2. Golden and Skadoodle joining forces at the entrance to the apartment. Okay then. That was 4 headshots from Golden, which shows you how much the Glocks suck in a situation such as this. And there we go. Another headshot of little concern. Now the crowd are getting pumped. And they're only 5 rounds away. Space Soldiers, so we'll have to face the next buy of Cloud9 now.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of sad that Xantares lost his AK there. Because, you know, Xantares, the kind of style of, you know, his mechanics, he's very first bullet. Like, you know, so having an AK actually powers him up quite significantly, as his first bullet accuracy is so good. And let's see, Cloud9 throwing some grenades to the end of the B apartment's plateau there, and that's going to assist the B harassment. So really trying to force a rotation, and an information play is perhaps possible towards that pit position. Rush has made his way out, gets himself a frag. That's a big one. Now looking to follow up here on the pit position. Engine gets himself a headshot. The trades all over the place. 3 versus 3 here as the action speeds up onto the A side. Fantastic stuff from Major as Flusher tries now in the 1v2 to save it.
Xantares quickly rotating in from CT, trying to jump off the toll booth. Missed the first time, but he's up there. Major repositioning, trying to stretch Flusher out as much as possible. But Xantares will be enough. 10 rounds now for Space Soldiers, only 4 behind. Monstrous plays from Major on the A site. Such an important second frag. That was unbelievable. Broken the money of Cloud9 again. And soon we're going to see Space Soldiers on fire if they keep up this 4 rounds in a row from them. That is huge.
There's even an adjustment
for Space
there.
Soldiers.
It's like a millisecond quick scope adjustment. What a baller. He is balling out of control. But can they go all the way? Another pistol round here indeed for Cloud9. They've got to be starting to sweat a little bit. Must surely have thought the match was in the bag, but the bag has been exploderized.
Don't take this round for granted, Space Soldiers. DC, Zeds, and Deagles are very dangerous. You demonstrated it yourself. Meaty grenades for Rush. On the plus side, only one of these 5 players has Kevlar, and that will make life a lot easier if they can get the angles. Big counter flashes from the CT side. Super Calyx 3. Almost 4 running out of bullets though, but Paz is here to clean up. 11 rounds for Space Soldiers.
Crowd are happy. Space Soldiers are back in the match. However, all the looks of joy could soon turn to sadness. It's just 1 round that could really make the difference here for Cloud9. They're fighting so desperately for that 1 round. You got to wonder at which point do they start to get frustrated that they can't get it. Space Soldiers, all the momentum for them now. What is the call here for Cloud9 to try to break that momentum? And do Cloud9 feel like they can make those risky plays as they did previously, where Golden just walks out and gets kills? Is that the kind of play you want to risk now that the game is so close?
5 rounds in a row for Space Soldiers. They're so white hot, you can't even see their logo. AWP on both sides. Mirage is not the easiest map to AWP on. Not everybody is as good as others, on the CT side especially. But the same can be said for the T side. Skadoodle heading over towards the Palace position with his sniper rifle. A fast take of mid. 3 smokes down in the mid position at the moment, and Rush is still top mid. Make it 4. Another one in connector. Xantares, though, will hold it on his own. Bomb being dropped, and Golden is moving through the underpass. Paz will surely hit that from his position. And Xantares will fall back to A.
It's a way to save this at Cloud9. They have plenty of time. Not much else really working in their favor.
I feel like I'm watching Champions League football. It feels like Galatasaray are playing.
Someone needs to make a play. Will it be Skadoodle with that AWPs? It's so difficult. If you go too far, you're suddenly exposed to everything, it feels like, on the A bomb site. With that high vantage point. So Cloud9, they need someone to make a move here. They have, obviously, Golden in middle, the bomb on Flusher, who's also top mid, and it's going to be that deep peek. I think Skadoo was just spotted there. Did he spot the positioning? And with Engine, though, in the shadow, you can't like the chances here of Cloud9.
Wow, that's a big frag from Flusher. He's carrying the bomb as well, or at least he's just picked it up, and Skadoodle finally gets a payoff, but there is a player in the shadow position, but who is this advantaging now? Engine, he's just not having a good day, is he? 3-on-2 now, Calix and Xantares, they've got to win this one. The bomb is going down, being planted for the other side, and no one's there, but Xantares will hold his position.
Bomb has been planted, though. And with that kill against Skadoodle, it has been made doable. I'm not sure how Xantares pulled that one off. They need him desperately in this moment. And Calix is making his way quickly in, but he'll be sent just back out the door by Golden as Xantares pushes forwards to 1v2. How does he do this? Pushing forwards, can't find the kill. Golden takes him out, and that's 15 for Cloud9. Took them a while, but they got there. Space Soldiers, they got money, but they have no rounds. They have their backs against the wall now.
They might have a better buy than Cloud9. We'll see how the Cloud9 buy is, because they had about $3,000-ish, or slightly above, so they're okay, it seems. But Space Soldiers, by that point, had built plenty of money. So if they reset Cloud9 here and there's no bomb plant, it will be very interesting territory. Obviously, Space Soldiers have to win this round. There's so much potential if they can. A nice late HE grenade, and the Molotov will force players away from top mid, I do believe. But Engine's the first to go down. Xantares has to do much.
Once again, rocking for the stairs position. So many angles to worry about as he spins around frantically. Major covering his back, keeping him safe as he lies in wait for players to push deeper on the site. They've lost middle now as well. Back onto Calix and Xantares again, the dynamic duo of Space Soldiers. They're two-star players looking to try to find a way back into the round to keep themselves in this match against Cloud9. And Cloud9 cut noise. They take their time. They're ready to go back into A soon, it would seem. Or maybe not, the bomb is falling back, just checking the flank.
The longer they wait, the more spread out the CTs are likely to be. And of course, you can see the band being extended to the max. Xantares moving over towards the B-bomb site, forcing the map to zoom out. That is how bad things are for Space Soldiers at the moment. Standard stuff, very European this, I would say. Golden and Flusher, two of the three players alive hailing from Europe. Calix and Xantares now on opposite sides. But if you had to pick two players to be in this position, it would probably be them.
Absolutely, they are the ones you want. They have a full utility as well. It can be really useful in a spot like this. The two incendiaries, the flashbangs. 20 seconds. It's going to be very difficult here for Cloud9. In go the nades, they've got to make the desperation play onto the plant. There goes a deep HE. I'm not sure if it'll connect with much. Everyone is exposed there towards Calix. He falls back out of the position to prevent the plant. He goes down just in the nick of time.
Calix, can he find something? Both CTs with kits. Maybe they can get an angle on the player in the shadow position. He's got a Molotov, but now he has nothing. It's down to Xantares. Would you have it any other way? Fighting against match point. Spots one player. Oh, and there it is from Flusher. He won't even play a 2 versus 1, or otherwise he'll just finish it himself. 16 to